this type of people, spiritual darkness, company of a holy person, I will say, holy person is such a powerful thing that it takes us to the path of liberation and moksha. Even as a bad person's association takes one to the spiritual darkness. One person is spiritual person. Spiritual person's association takes one to this godliness, and bad association person's mind takes to darkness. So holy men, they are the people who are even-minded. They are serene, free from anger, friendly to all, and good by their nature. Sadhava. This they consider the cultivation of love for me, the Lord of all, to be the purpose of life. This, what is the sign of these holy people? Holy people's goal is that they consider nothing as the goal of their life except in God realization. They entertain no liking for the company of men who are interested only in catering to the own physical needs, or are always engrossed in the household affairs, in how husband, wife, children, wealth, etc. They are satisfied with such worldly goods are required for the bare substance. But these holy people, they live in the world, and they only take from the world all this just to survive. They have their home, they have their family, but that is not for any other purpose. Purpose is only holy company, love for God. And they don't pay attention to too much earning of money, too much riches, too much collection of things. Now today we did another verse. In case of a person traveling in the path of death, that means samsara, consisting of birth and dark death, he alone deserves to be called a friend and well-wisher who help him out of the path. So this holy company, holy people are considered to be a person of friend, well-wisher, to whom the person traveling in the path of spirituality, devotion, those who are in the world and worldly life, for them, that means one in this world when in the circle of birth and death. In this circle of birth and death, those who want, they are one trying to travel. So these holy people are the only alone deserves to be called as friend. In spiritual life, who is a friend? Who takes you to God. There are many friends. Many friends come in life all through their life. But who is considered to be the real friend? The real friend is that person who can take you to God, or be moving with your friend, with your life, taking you to God. He is called the friend and well-wisher who help you out of this path. This is the path of samsara, and someone is helping to come out of the samsara. He is the real friend. Anyone who does the contrary does not deserve to be called his teacher if he be his teacher. He is not to be called as relative if he be to be related to him. He cannot be called as father if he is his father. His mother if she be his mother. His deity if he be his deity. And in respect of a woman her husband if he be her husband or her wife, his wife. So he is the friend, not the friend in the worldly sense who helps us in material way. They are friend, but a real friend is that Gurur na sat swajano nasa. He is not considered to be not Guru. If Guru means teacher, he is not a teacher if he does not take the person move towards God. So no Gurur no sa sat swajano na sa sat. He is not a sajana, means your relative. You are connected with your friend, is not your friend. No sat, no pita. He is not your father if he does not help you to go towards God. He is not your Sat Janani. She is not your real mother if she does not help you to go towards God realization. Daivang, he is not your devata. You meditate on God in different aspects, but he is not God if he does not help you in your spiritual journey. No sat, no putischa, no sat. He is not your husband or she is not your wife if he does not help you to go towards God. So Muchayatja, he who helps you to release you, help you in the being out from the samupetam mrityum, which is facing the mrityu means death. তো অতদূরে না থেকে এইখানটা এসো না, কেউ তো নেই, উঠে বসে এত আছে, পেছনে বসো, এটাই বসো, যেখানে ইচ্ছা। So it is a very beautiful description. We consider friendship. There may be friends who take you towards the worldliness. There are friends, they are good friends. Maybe now you are matured, but when you are young people, if you come to the temple more, go to some holy people, there are other so-called friends who are very good for you. They will start criticizing you. Hey, I'm very spiritual. They are going to temple. So this type. So they are not real friends. In the material way, they are good people. They love you, but they are not to be considered your friend.
But this interpretation of help is in your mind, it's not outside, right? Because say for Prahlada, his father was against him, but it was the help. He took it as a help to against him and prayed to Hari like that. So nobody is against it and nobody is prepared. It is how your mind is interpreting.
So mind will interpret, that means you are so mature. So if you are so mature, you don't need anything then. For you, no friend is necessary. If you are so mature, it is calling for the general people. General people consider him to be a friend who helps you in your difficulties, who comes for your rescue, or say, go, let us go to movie, acha, let us go to the nightclub. They are friends. But someone can say, oh, come to the temple, let us go to listen to this talk. Who is the friend? For a spiritual person. The perspective is the spiritual person. So he is emphasizing, he is your friend. He is your teacher. There are so many teachers for our entire life. Everyone is our teacher. When we learn anything, they are called the teacher. But that he is the teacher who really guides us towards God. He is emphasizing, he is your real friend in the form of your Guru when you really feel this way. That means it is external help is needed. When external, we are ordinary people in our struggle, life struggle, when we are not matured that much. So their external help is help. Narada, Prahlada, these are extraordinary examples. And that cannot be cited for everyone and anyone. That is true. Everything is your mind. Mind is your guru, mind is your enemy. That's the highest thing. Mind is your friend, mind is your satru, enemy. That is true, ultimately.
Yeah, because when Rama was sent to forest, that time he said that they said that Kaikeyi did so bad thing to you. So he said that no, no, she is my real mother. She knows that what I need. I need a secluded place. So she is the one who favored me to send me to the forest. And though apparently it looks like that in being in the palace, she could get better benefit, but he took it as to take the.
He took it when she is Narayan, she is Lord, so he had the idea in her consciousness. Anyone who is having too
much air, cold air.
oh,
Draft is
okay. Sit down, sit down.
Are you okay? Yeah, I'm okay. I have a jacket. That's why
Not jacket, she has back pain.
Little back pain plus the draft.
Draft. You are okay there?
Yes, much better.
Check if that draft is there also, then go way behind. Take all the advantage what is available. Yeah, Rama can do that. That's why he's the world teacher. But you and me can do that. Any odd situation can we take that is, oh, ho, ho, God is giving us good lesson. There should be mass meaning. So the only bhaktas can do, matured bhaktas can do. They can turn every odd thing into positive thinking. Rajanikanth can say that oh Lord, you have given me this terrible disease. What a grace of yours to make me close to you. Who can say? Tai bujhiya doyal. He's calling doyal. Oh, what a great compassion you have for me, O Lord, that you have given this incurable disease. I was a great writer, poet, and people used to praise. And I used to think that the country loves me, respects me. I am such a big guy. And you are so compassionate to break my this ego. You have taken away all my other abilities and put me into this. What a grace I think of you now. When people praise you, have you any time for God? When people clap your glory, you have no time to think of God. But, so who can think like that? They are very mature people. They are our idea. Every odd situation can be they consider a grace. When bad days come, they think it, oh, this is an opportunity. That's why see when you face greater challenge, don't you think of God more? Oh Lord, please help me, help me. When everything is going on well, sitting, eating, drinking, dancing, everything is fine, is well, that day you don't need God. Less. But when there is no other support, and we find that we are alone and we are struggling, and I do not know what will happen to me. No? Then what happens? You go and internally pray, oh Lord, please help me. I do not know how to handle it, how to tackle it. Please do that, no?
The mother helped me twice today. I could have had a catastrophe twice while I was driving.
Come on.
I was going to change lanes,
Mm.
and I didn't see the car coming.
Oh my.
And he started sounding his horn, and that's the only way I knew. And then I was closer to Hollywood.
Mm.
I was going straight, and suddenly I see this car was stopped, but I didn't. I thought it was going to make a turn, and here a man is coming right in front of my car, and I had to really step on my horn, on my brake. If I made a noise, I just missed him by this much, and I immediately thought it was mother. He saved me twice, but she tells me to be more careful.
More careful.
Because she has saved me in so many close calls. But I immediately think of her.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
immediately know that it was her doing.
So it is only
Immediately.
devotee can think that way. Other would give other reason. Because of this, because of that. So devotees' eyes are different. Those who are lovers of God, they have some different idea, concept.
Swamiji, it's very true that when things are going well, usually we end up thinking of Thakur less.
That I am saying.
But when things are not going well, then there are two options. Either to say, oh Thakur, why is this happening to me? Or, thank you Thakur, that through this difficulty you're giving me a lesson.
So these are the devotees' language. But ordinary people will not be able to think that way. If something happens, they go to blame somebody immediately. They fight with somebody. They say, you are the culprit. For you I am suffering. That's a very natural thing. Anything happens because of you did this, you did that, you did that. But a devotee thinks, oh, it is God's doing. Oh Lord, you are doing this for my benefit, to make me spiritual, so that I can think of you more deeply. It's a different attitude. Tulsidas is to pray. Tulsidas is to pray, Tulsi wahan jaiye, oh Tulsi, go there, where people hurt your sentiments. See, this is the prayer. Hurt your sentiments. Your honor is defamed. They defame your honor. तुलसी वहां जाइए, यहाँ आदर ना करे कोई, who does not adore you, love you. Man ghate, your honor is belittled, and you are facing all this trouble situation. Why all these things? Ramaka sarana hoi. Then it will give me the opportunity to think of Rama. So this is the bhakta's attitude. But don't think they are weak people. They are the most strong people who can ask for the challenge. Rabindranath Tagore says, Vipode mori rakkha karo, enahi mo prarthana. I am not praying, oh Lord, please help me. Protect me in my difficulties. But I can face this challenge. That means you face the challenge and think that is God's power working through you. Anyway, connecting with God is the question. But ordinary people, when we are in difficulty or in pleasurable, in difficulty and in distress or in disease or in something odd, then we think of God more. We are forced to think because we find no friend is around me who can rescue, who can help. That's why they turn their eyes towards God. And mostly in when everyday's life, people are busy. But that's why devotees don't try to involve into many things. They want to withdraw from everything so that they can utilize the time towards their God consciousness. So this verse is the sage Rishabha. His suggestion that don't consider friends, that worldly people who help you monetarily, or even they're good people. That's good. You can see that God is helping you. That's a different thing. But who will consider the real friend who takes you to God? I know that there are one sadhu used to say that he got the message that his initiation will happen that day. And when he heard that another friend brought that message. Belumat is difficult. It is Birajananda Swami's time. So his health was failing, so you have to wait for such a long time when you will get an initiation. And that message came that yes, such and such day Probably some of the friend went to Belur Math, and the private secretary was Swami Sarvadevananda, a Sacramento Swami, a passed away. He gave the message, oh, you are going, please tell him that he is having this. They used to work in same drug medicine company. And then in the chemist. And then they said, when he heard that man, when he heard, he just jumped out and then hugged and with so much joy because that friend has brought this message. He is loving, respecting him for bringing the message that, oh, what a glorious gift you have, that message you have brought. That means his yearning for God is so deep. He is considering him as the most dear friend in my life because he brought the message for my connection with the God, with the Guru. Ordinary people with the ordinary mentality, they will not look at the same newsman the same way. So, Guru na, he is not your Guru, neither he is Guru. Nasat Swajano, your own people, means family people, or friend, or relatives. Nasas sa pita, sat pita. He is not your pita. That, as Ramakrishna said, if anyone, one boy used to come to Ramakrishna, he said, mother, father, they are obstacles. Then Sri Ramakrishna said, those who obstruct your path, no, if you don't obey their words, you will not incur any sin, because God is the highest. Anyone puts a bar there, their words are not important. Which Ramakrishna said that to respect mom and dad in the highest degree. He himself is saying, if someone obstructs, see our whole monastic order. If you go to each Swami, they have their mom and dad, nuns, monks, and not that they are very favorably agreed. Whose mom and dad will say, okay, go. Even they are devotees, but they will want that their son and daughter should get married and lead a very naturally good life. But he should be in this life, he is missing what he will do if he become a monk out of affection. But these 1500 monks didn't listen to their mom, neither they listened to their dad. They're bad people then? No, because they did it for God. Then it is a prestigious thing. That's why in their life comes all good. Afterwards, its impact grows in their life because they become more devoted to God.
I think I remember reading one story that I don't remember the names, but it was a brahmachari monk, and his senior monk felt that he cannot concentrate because he was thinking of his family. So he asked him to go back to your family for a few days and then come back.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
Yeah.
it happened
Well, that is very natural. Mom, dad, brother, sister relationship, no, are that's very natural. To good family member will be having that relationship. Those who have no good relationship in the home, they don't care for their mom and dad and brother and sister. But those who become monk and nun, they actually are the best in their family, in their sacrifice, their love for everyone. He's the most loved in the whole family, and he is the focal point in their family. So when they come out, it's very shocking for everyone. A naughty boy disturbs everyone. If he goes out, everyone thinks, okay, go. But the most affectionate and most respectful someone in their life sometimes goes away. It is a pain for them. But if it is for God, you can do and be everything.
And also Jyotisharananda's book, he said like that. At home he used to love his brothers, sisters, siblings very much. He said that at home if you cannot love your own siblings, then after coming to monastery to love so many brothers and sisters, how can you do that? You have to be like that love kind of feeling you have to have within family. Otherwise, it is difficult in monastic life to stay in the mouth and all this.
Mm.
That is the feeling that from family to spiritual places.
Yeah, then after staying and getting the love for this monastic life, the sadhu's love, no, very very pure love. When you fall into that there, into that environment, then you feel such love with freedom. Problem is that here, in society, in your family life, wherever you go, where there is a loving relationship, there is a binding part of it, control point in other. Everywhere, how much you can see freedom, it is no freedom. Love depends on condition. But when sadhus love, unconditional love, the love for your good gives you the freedom. So that's why their love is very auspicious, and that is rare in the world. And after getting that love, you can forget other affection, other love. It is no more any tie for you because it's so freedom at the same time so much pure. That's why it is said that difference between worldly life and love for God is so much different. Love for God has freedom. Love for any holy man is a freedom. But worldly love, condition. You have to do this. Why don't you do that? Why did you do that? Why did you do? There is no condition. In pure love, there is no condition. That's why it's called the gopis' love for Krishna. And among the gopis, Radharani's love for Krishna. Radha's love was considered the top. Why? He has no condition.
So discipline in the monastic life is not the condition.
Of course, that should be condition. Discipline, you mature, you go through the Swami Vivekananda framing the rule book of the Belur monastery. He said, I am dictating these rules for this monastery. You go through this discipline, not to be following the discipline whole life, but go through the discipline to rise above the discipline. Enter into the school. You cannot get a degree, but when you get the degree, you get out of the school. Discipline is a necessary. Without discipline, how you will build up spiritual life?
So in the monastery, the discipline is unconditional. Then in social relationship, that condition why cannot be addressed?
This is discipline because this is considered in the monastery. It is considered because it is I have come to purify my life, and this is God ordained disciplines framed by this Swami Vivekananda. This order, you have to get up in this morning, you have to do this work with the spirit. Huh? Swami Vivekananda made a rule. Eh? And who? Mahapurush Maharaj, no, or who? Could not get up in the morning and came and said that, oh, I was little asleep. I was in little, I was asleep. Well, no, brother, we have made the rule. You will have to go for begging. You will not have food in the center. Swami Vivekananda talking to the disciples of Ramakrishna, who are all Brahmogyanis, because it's Belur Math story. Swami Vivekananda was strong. No, follow this rule. This is the rule of the Sangha. You will have to do that. If you fail that, go. Today you have to beg. You will not get food in the kitchen. And he went. But to see the greatness, Swamiji didn't eat with everyone ate. And when he came back, he has to go and beg food in the like a wandering monk. And when he came back, Swamiji was waiting and then he embraced him. This is the personal relationship. But for the discipline, you have to do that. So one day, who was sleeping, and Swamiji said, "Oh, his disciple, take the bell and go, ring and get out, get everyone up from their bed." Uh, so, that direct disciples, they used to say, "Oh, our life has become miserable for this man who is ringing bell, but then he is not ringing the bell by his own will." Swami Vivekananda wanted to get everyone out. So this is discipline.
So now tell me then, now what I'm trying to understand, then in case of say, like the husband-wife relationship, then they made the promise to each other that, okay, we will listen to each other throughout the life, like in that way. Then you say that you promise that you will be coming, taking me to shopping or something, something like that, and you fail to do that. So you are not going to have dinner today. So if he says, she says like that, then
And
he
it
will
is
be
for
bonding.
what purpose? Listen, it is for God. If you can think it is for God, and discipline is necessary, indisciplined person cannot get God realization. The fundamental thing is that to go beyond discipline is one thing, an indisciplined person, without that, he has no control over the senses. What is the question of spirituality for that person? If he cannot maintain the normal routine or normal doable things, and he is sloppy there, how he can think of God? After Brahmagana, whatever they do, that does not fall into the rule, but Swamiji is still insisting for the training of the young brahmacharis. So they will learn why. Latu Maharaj says, after the rules were framed in the Belur Math, Latu Maharaj said, "Oh, I am going." And he was a wandering monk type person. He was walking out. Then he said, "Latu, where are you going?" Swami Vivekananda said. He said, "Oh, I cannot follow your all these rules, and you will ring a bell, and then my mind will go to Samadhi. I cannot do that. So I'm going." What Swamiji says, "Are Latu, you don't understand. It is for the newcomers who have come. They have to learn, they have to discipline, and then go beyond discipline." This is Suddhananda Swami told. This discipline is for getting out of the discipline. Otherwise, you become a slave of your routine. A little bit this way, that way, you cannot adjust. That should not be. But at the same time, routine is routine. Wake up at this time, go to the shrine, do meditation, do Thakur's work, do study of the scriptures. Everything should be in a routine. Otherwise, spiritual life does not grow.
Something I think in any relationship, the intention and the goal, they really matter ultimately. A father and a mother can love their child, but that love is still many times, as you said, conditional, or
Expectation.
it's
Some
got
sort of
expectation
expectation.
and got control.
Control, expectation, and lack of freedom. This is the human relationship.
Same way regarding shopping, for a wife to think about the husband, or he told me to go for shopping. That shopping is guided by a physical experience or a sense experience, as opposed to love for God, which is totally different. It's non-sensual altogether. So intention matters and the goal matters.
Our entire spiritual life is intention. What is your intention? How are you doing? What is your motive? But know for certain that worldly love is a controlling, it has a string attached behind, even you know or you do not know. And it is conditional. It is. And real love is freedom. Discipline is very important in the growing stage. When you realize Sthitopragya, when they can sit, they can lie down, they can do no rule for them. because they are in that consciousness, they are saturated in that consciousness. But to awaken into this consciousness, no? Yoga rudhasya tasyaiva shamah karanam uchyate. That person who has accomplished the yoga, shama, and he does not do anything, he is always calm and serene, and just that is his nature. He lies down, matters little. A Brahmajnani, if he lies down in the evening time, Arati is going on, it matters little. Vivekananda, on the solar eclipse day, when the whole people in the around all are doing japa and meditation, because that's an auspicious time. It's called, whatever you do, it gets multiplied. That's the faith. And Swami Vivekananda then tried to take a nap. And he said, why? He does not need samadhi. Samadhi is in his hand. So he said that the, the goddess of sleep is not very favorable for me. Not I didn't get much sleep in my life. So if I sleep now, then I can get more sleep. So will you say that that is breaking the discipline? That is accomplished.
And also maybe
Swamiji disciplined everyone, scolded everyone. This is the point. There is no excuse even for direct disciple. And he said, no, I have no excuse. You will have to do that, brother. If I don't get up, I will have to do that. It is the rule. And that disciplined rule should be followed. And then when you will be in your matured state, then you will see that discipline, not necessarily, discipline is to make you God-centered. I'll do this japa, I'll do this meditation, I'll do this work with the spirit, and then you do this, everything, serve the sadhus, this, with an intention and attitude. And I'm happy with that. That practice will ultimately take you to this point that you are calm, you are not disturbed. But whenever it is coming from some selfish motivation, there will be control. Why did you go there? Why didn't you come there? Why did you see there? Why did you do this? Why did you do this? That's not the point. The point is that I do my service, and you are free to do whatever you like. That's why it is called the mother's love. Mother loves the baby. They're beautiful. Swami Buddhananda was a very prolific he was here. He was the assistant head in this center for some time. Before that, he was in probably where he was assistant to Nikhilananda, or I do not know.
The same Swamiji who wrote the book, Mind Under Control.
Beautiful book, the small one.
Small, very small, very scholarly, very thought-provoking Swami.
What is his name?
Buddhananda.
Buddhananda.
Not the recent Buddhananda.
The one who was in New York also.
Yeah.
I had an interview with him.
That's a Buddhananda.
Buddhananda.
That is New York side.
This is BU.
BU. Yeah, I had
Or BO. Yours are BO.
No, Buddha.
Buddhananda.
No, I didn't meet Buddhananda.
That's
Because Buddhananda in Swami Nikhilananda Center, before I went to Swami Parvitananda Center.
Oh.
And I had an interview with him, and it was a beautiful interview.
And these books
Beautiful.
are very.
Yes, he did write a book.
He wrote a book where in his one lecture he says, talking about the Holy Mother. Holy Mother's love is unconditional. Look at that. Holy Mother didn't bind anybody by love. His love was freeing. His love is not conditional, and he beautifully described. Mother loves the baby, not on mother's condition, but child's condition. Whatever is the baby, good or bad, sleeps or don't sleep, whole night disturbs, or daytime disturbing, or crying or doing anything, this love goes unconditional. Whatever the baby is doing, mom serves the baby with equal love. He's disturbing, he has soiled his clothes, he has messed up everything, he's throwing away, crying and disturbing. All conditions. I love. I love. Mother does not
The
sleep.
mother loves the baby as the baby grows older and older also. I mean,
That
not as a baby only, but
no, no, no.
mother loves his child,
Yeah,
children.
but here is the greatest example. No, 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 baby, the boy when or girl grows and does not listen to the parents, love is there, but you don't love so much. You get angry.
But it changes also. In other words, the love of the parents for baby is different. Why? Because
That
the
is the
baby has
pure.
become grown up,
Your ego comes out.
expectations.
No, no, child will grow in her own nature. And mom has the expectation. You see, here is the worldliness starts here. When the baby was there, mother does accepts everything whatever baby does with love, with care, with attention. Even if the baby, little child, does something wrong, tries to support, protect. No, no, no. It is, yes, he didn't intend that. He is a baby, he does not know that. No, no. But when he's growing in adulthood, his ego is coming up. And the mother then find that, oh, he is not, she or he is not following our intentions, no? And he's going to this friend and going there and there. Your love separates, separates, separates. Your expectation is getting hard. Huh? But if any mother is there, whatever she does, it is his freedom. I will only tell what is good. And it is a choice of that adult person doing. Let them do. Do whatever you like. But I will say what is good. But my loving relationship is the same. This type of mother is very, very few. And Holy Mother is the epitome of all those examples.
But how this
Mother
two go together?
loved that dacoit, the Muslim dacoit. And mother never said, hey, why do you go to steal? You should not go. No advice, never. Never you find in mothers who are giving advice to her. But her love is unconditional. Whenever he comes with mother like full attention, like a baby. Oh, he has stolen something and killed somebody or okay, but you come, you are my baby. So preparing food the same way, trying to feed him. See, even somebody is giving the food because they're low caste, high caste, untouchable, trying to give, but a ma comes herself saying, can one eat like that if you give food with this type of attitude? She started feeding a Muslim guy in those days social context is a very exceptional example. And fanning, supplying food, see, mother is example of selfless love. Mother has no expectation if the son is happy in whatever way. So, but how much we control? Every moment we try to control. Why do you do that? Why do you do that? Why your expectation? You do. Love will be freeing. Other person will not feel that he is conditioned. He's always watchful. Oh, I should have to do that. I should have to do it. Why?
So tell me, how can you be the center head imposing discipline at the same time unconditional love to achieve whatever the way you want to go?
Yeah,
How it can
whatever
go
not in
together?
monastic tradition. Monastic tradition you have accepted, monastic rules you'll have to follow. If you don't do, then discipline is to be forced upon.
So you never
Madhavananda
can
Swami,
have unconditional
yeah,
love
yeah,
for
that is
your as
unconditional love should be there. I gave the example. You are not listening. Why are you putting this question? So many examples around you know. You are giving these unnecessary questions. Say, when Madhavananda Swami is taking a decision, someone will have to did something wrong, punishing. At the same time, saying, Ene, you are going to Turkasi, there will be very hard days. You have no money, take this money. And whenever you are in difficulty, write me, whatever is, remember that. And he was to tears because he has done something As a discipline of the order, you will have to take the punishment because it is the rule to follow. Others will, so many sadhus are there, it is for ideal, to keep them ideal tradition. That is the punishment side. But that is not punishment. It is not punishing the person, punishing the bad act. And then what he did? In his personal token, he's giving money. He's personally saying, I am there for you. You go wherever you need, any difficulty, write me. This is called unconditional love.
Only two items. One on the last item, the last topic. The discipline itself is out of love. So long as the discipline itself is out of love, that's different from the discipline that's not.
It out of anger, out of frustration. Our normally things when we are get frustrated because of our own angularities also. Our disliking is there. It is not. It is a মানে কি বলে
Good intention.
good intention and something bad precedence. To avoid that precedence, it should not be bad. In personal life, Holy Mother is not teaching there the monastic community. It is teaching that even Holy Mother sometimes, no, mother is one side, she is weeping. And Baba, what can I do? But remember, I am for you there. That's the mother's unconditional love. But in disciplining this order, someone has performed something wrong which should not be monastic life wise. Because monastic life is life where people see the whole community, judge the whole community. Because someone's behavior, the whole judgment will go for the whole order. So for them, those who are responsible to carry on that responsibility to carry on that dignity of the order, purity of the order, they will have to say, take disciplinary action. But disciplinary action they are not taking out of anger, not out of frustration, not out of because he is hurt himself, but for the good of the Sangha and good of that person also. This is also good because he gets that and his inner awakening will come after doing prayer and meditation. Or inner awareness will come, oh, so I should not have done because of this. But it's a blessing, as you said. He will consider then, his mood will come, no, it is not punishment for me. It is not a discipline for me. They gave this opportunity to develop the spirituality in me. One of the sadhus, he didn't do the wrong thing, but he was in the order how wrong information and this and that, some punishment so called was given. And he went to Uttarkashi. And they said, now go and do austerities and spiritual practice. And going there, he, being a good sadhu, inner, like he didn't resent, he didn't fight. He said, okay. And he utilized, he felt blessed to get 6 months gap. 6 months for a very heavy, intelligent person with responsibility, running big institution, getting leave for 6 months for your spiritual sadhana is a matter of joke. Who will give? He thought, oh my God, what a blessing. He took it as a blessing. The discipline and the authority thought he did this wrong thing, so he should be penalized. Because of under circumstances, people get the data, no? I get some data about you and then I judge that way. And judge and probably the best, whatever they have done, right or wrong, I'm not the point. But this, he was giving the punishment to go to Uttarkasi and do this period of tapasya. But he has the wonderful idea, the developed soul. And then he utilized and he had so many experiences during that period. He has no grudge. He took advantage of that. It is his side. And discipline side, they thought we did the right thing because these are the information, these are the data which came to me, and in that context it is wrong.
Swamiji, I had two items in my mind at that time. one I mentioned. The second was, a while ago you gave the example of mother in relation to the dacoit. And speaking of sin and sinners, I agree that in Vedanta we do not recognize anyone as sinner. That we are all in our true nature
Hmm.
good people. We are all, no, we're not people, we're Brahman in our real nature. But speaking of the sin,
Hmm.
we don't call anything sin, but a wrong is still there. If I make a mistake that I shouldn't have done, if there's an act I shouldn't have done, that is a mistake. So, in Vedanta, do we recognize the sin but not the sinner? Is this true?
It is the definition of sin. Sin means if it is mistaken identity or your action is not proper, that you can say sin, because every action has a reaction, no? Every act has its opposite reaction. So it is a language. Hindu also says pap, pap.
Yes.
The language is there, but the same word sin has not the same meaning as is meant by the Christian, as is meant by the Hindus. Papa here is that wrongdoings which has created more ignorance.
Mm-hmm.
I've also read that any action that takes you away from
Away
God
from God, that
is
is
considered
sin.
and then moving towards God. So
That is
it's
called the
not considered.
punnam, papam punnam.
Mm-hmm.
So it is.
And that translation would be sin?
Yes.
In Indian
That's
scriptural sense,
Sri Ramakrishna
whenever
said
whenever you see the word papa or sin, Hindu text says it is ignorant, one layer of ignorance more. I was ignorant, my eyeglass was little hazy, I put another layer of dust over it. That's sin.
But
But
it's not synonymous with the weakness. In Hinduism, sin is not considered that you're weak. You're just ignorant. It's not a sign of weakness, because they say you still have this inner
No, it
divine.
is a weakness.
You're a good soul.
No,
you have
it is
a chance
weakness.
to evolve into.
No, it is weakness because you are doing something wrong. Why will you do it? Is your mental weakness. But it is not incurable. You did it, you can wipe out. You did that, you counteract it. With noble thoughts, take out the jnanam. With the knowledge, you take out that ignorance. Little by little, every day thinking, I am that, I am that. So the sin, that sin is going out. And also sometimes sin is understood as a karma, as your action is bringing some result.
And in Christianity, everyone is considered as sinner.
Sinner, born sinner.
Right.
Here also it is language.
Yes.
We also say we are all born with ignorance.
Yes.
We are pure, and God, Christ has taken away our sin. Means what? We redeem from our negativity, ignorance. Actually, spirit behind is that, but the language is different, in terminology is different. So this same verse in this book translates, he who cannot by spiritual help save a man from this world of mortality is not a guru. That means he is not a spiritual help. He is a guru for name and fame, or money and wealth. Say, I was talking that story about the samadhi, $5,000, $10,000 samadhi. So it is given by a guru. People go to them for out of respect and love, no? Honor. But if that does not take you to God, that he or she who cannot by spiritual help, you give some spiritual help, and that does not save a person. That means frees a person from all bondage. Then he is not a teacher. He is not a guru. A true spiritual guide. Hey, he is not a guru means he is a guide, but not a true guide. True guide will always push your attention towards God, towards purity, towards unselfish love, towards unconditional feeling for the kindness towards all humanity. This type of who will guide you all the time that direction. He is the Guru, real Guru. Nor is he a true father, nor mother, nor husband, nor a kinsman, nor can he lay claim to be his tutorly God. That means the God we meditate upon, our Ishta Devata. That means which takes you, that main definition, what you said, which takes to us God, that is called auspiciousness, that is called punna, and that which takes away from God, that is sin. Bas. So,
Swamiji, next Wednesday you have a class?
next no, Tuesday.
No, next Tuesday.
Tuesday we'll have class.
Yeah, but I know it's going to be some Priyananda.
In the evening, but this class
but in
will
the afternoon we'll be having class. Thursday afternoon. Okay.
The final class.
And Wednesday,
Yeah.
no?
Break.
Tuesday afternoon class will be there.
The afternoon class. On
Wednesday evening will be as usual.
And
Only
usually,
this
that's all I wanted to know.
concentrate on this class.
Yes.
This class will be next Tuesday, and then off.
Then off till the 10th.
Then 14th or something.
14th of November.
Which is
Next.
what? A Tuesday?
A Tuesday.
Okay, 14th.
Next 14th.
Okay, I didn't know that. Thank you, sir.
And other classes in the temple it will go on as usual. If I am not, someone will substitute it.
Is Mahayogananda going to take any of the class?
Mahayogananda will also go.
Oh, that's right. He's going to India.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Same
Just
day.
told me.
Same day.
Same day.